I suck, I suck, I suck, I suck. Technology failed me, or is it just the fact that I suck? In any case, curse me, fuck me, blow me! You get the idea.
Hello mes amis, un grand air, welcome to the vlog of a Misérable. And it's about time you meet Hamid Saraj, an ex-member of Les Amis US de l'ABCD who left because...
Well, I kind of felt that the association was really far away from my actual concerns, but I still in gap with some members.
Oh yeah, true, because you studied law with ZeVlogofaMisérable.
Yeah.
And you're not the ones.
No, I exist.
Is it like a meta comment?
Well, it's more of a fact.
No, I mean, since you're both queer and Muslim, it's like a meta comment on the fact that you're like a quantum paradox.
Well, right away. Well, it's already a quantum paradox to both study law and not to be de droite.
Yeah, true. I think your existence is such a compilation of paradoxes that the world should have exploded already.
Well, I exist, and so do other people. I also both like anime and musicals.
Oh, now that's a paradox. But sadly, I don't share your taste in anime. Sorry, I'll never like Cody Yuki.
Well, I don't value your judgment enough for it to affect me, sorry.
Birds!
And if you like funny stories about manga, there's this time when my whole family has to face shit and slur. There was my room full of anime and gothic visuals.
I see. So, like, it was a problem for your family that you like manga because of religion?
Well, yes, but it could be true for any religion, and even atheist families. I mean, manga was depicted in France as gory, ugly, and immensely popular, so could have been a problem anywhere.
Yeah, no, true. Sorry, it's just, in France, I don't think that, of course, because I'm enlightened. That's also problematic to say. I follow your Twitter on the last, I know that. In France, we have this idea that Muslim people fit in that very tight box full of bad Arabic accents and other Orientalist colonial ideas, and it's hard to articulate it with your love for manga.
Well, it's really funny when you see that so many Muslim peoples or Arabic people are really invested into the manga culture. For example, there's this idea that Vegeta from Dragon Ball is actually Algerian because he was colonized and he's always angry.
Were mind-blowing.
It's true that French people tend to see Muslims as this big generic pool of people, orientalized all from Arabic descendants, even if there's Muslim everywhere, in Central Africa, North Africa, Indonesia, India, really everywhere. We're not all the same. I don't have that much in common with an Indonesian girl that is Muslim just like me, even if we shared religion, of course. On the other hand, you can say that there's a Muslim culture in France. We tend to share some experience, a language sometimes, an experience in France really that kind of brings us together. You can really say there's a Muslim culture in France.
Is it like for the gay culture and you share incomprehensible private jokes?
Yeah, that's true. And also for the bad stuff, I mean, just like straight people appropriate gay culture just to be cool and high.
The side cut is no longer gay.
Yeah, sorry guys. And at the same time, you have white people appropriating Muslim and Arabic culture just to be cool. For example, how many people do you hear in the street, just little white boys saying, Alhamdulillah, oh, c'est trop la chouma, things like that. Oh, j'ai trop le seum. Just because they think that by using this strange and foreign language, they kind of feel really manly, because French people and white people have this idea of the foreign man as barbaric, and so as is barbaric, obviously he's the male, the alpha, so they kind of use those Arabic words just to feel powerful. Girls do that too, and I'm sure non-binary people do that too.
We're so boring.
But that's true, I can understand why culture is boring, so you have to borrow from other culture.
So we we just moved because it was too crowded at the bubble tea, and also we
Too
just
hot, really.
we just had one and it wasn't enough to stay that long. So we're in the crappy spot near Opera. Yeah, but we
The
went-
real opera.
the real opera, yeah. I'll show you some pictures. I photobombed. I tried.
What were we talking about? Oh yeah, I remember. So the thing that is really tricky when you try to talk with people about Algeria, Arabic culture, Muslim religion, Islamic religion, is that you always have to be on guard with white people because they can only use what you tell to them, especially everything that is negative or critical of your country or your culture, as weapons to just criticize and say every racist thing that crosses through their mind.
Yeah, I see. Well, you should be able to criticize your country. I mean, you're able to criticize France, and I am as well. I mean, France sucks because of the administration, the seduction culture, and the ridiculously high budget we give to the army. Well, the government, while they neglect health and education.
Or their blindness to post-colonial issues, for example.
Yeah.
Wink, wink. Mixed feelings. That's perfectly normal. And you can have them about France because it's normal to criticize France, and no one will jump on it just to put down your country.
French people.
Yeah, because truly they love their country, your country, but also our country actually, but also they truly think that France is evolved and good.
It's le pays des lumières.
Yeah, but when you say something critical about Algeria, for example, you say that there is some problems with women's rights in Algeria. It's just a fact, can be discussed. They just jump on it. Oh yeah, that's true. Those barbarics. You're comparing a country that was at peace, that is at peace since the 40s, so France, with a country that was still at war during the 90s. It was the civil war, even if it was not really a civil war, as it was a military government against Islamic groups, and the civilians were the victims, really. But it was still at war. We were just going out of a really, truly awful war with France, and post-colonization that was really hard, trying to find a new system to function. And you compare it with France that was completely at peace. Well, at least at peace in the metropole, because there was the Algerian war and the Indochina war.
Yeah, and also we keep bombing civilians in Syria.
Yeah.
Good times.
Peace.
Yay. So, can I talk about it? Like, what about the homophobia, homosexuality problem? I don't know.
Well, I'm not out of my family because I thought it would be dangerous or would make me potentially completely cut out of the family if they knew. But there was this time in high school when I was really honest about everything about me, what I liked, so manga, anime, gothic visuals, and girls. But I stopped being that open about myself after some sad experience. Some Arabic friends stopped talking to me because they knew I was gay. And one time I got beaten up, but I suppose everybody gets beat up once in a lifetime, so it was mine. And so I really felt understood at that time that it was dangerous. It was not as easy, and not just with Muslim people. I mean, it was dangerous in general to be that open about sexual orientation. So kind of closed off, and now I just select who I'm talking to when I say those kind of things.
I feel like a chosen one since I know it.
And you're gonna post them on the internet.
Yeah, because I have such a wide audience.
Yeah. And it was kind of bad for me because I felt Islamophobic. Because I was assuming that all the Muslims will treat me differently and badly just because I was gay. And I didn't even knew if they will, but I just assumed it. And actually I was proven wrong because a friend who stopped talking to me at that time because I was gay actually is a can't be openly homosexual, well, it could be held against you in tribunal, at least. It should change. I definitely think it should change. You shouldn't. It's just basic human rights. And some outside association are trying to push new legislation in Algeria, saying that we should change our laws, which is true. But at the same time, our government responds saying that Algeria is an African country. It shouldn't adopt European laws just to please white people. So I get that impulse. Even if I definitely think it should change, I get the impulse to conserve your identity, especially as, so I'm Algerian, we're Muslims, but both of my parents are Kabylians, so they're from Kabylie, and it's, again, another subculture, if I can say. It's not a subculture, it's a real culture because it's a real people.
Quantum heritage,
Yeah.
Kabyle, Algerian, and manga, goth, and queer, and studying law and not the droite.
But you know, there's plenty of Kabyle people. I mean, I'm pretty sure half of the Algerian you know are actually Kabyle. And when I say Kabyle, I can also say Amazigh or Berber. Really, Kabyle is just for Algeria, but there is Berber and Amazigh people all around North Africa.
Okay.
So, and I understand that keeping your identity is really important because Kabyle heritage, culture, and language are really disappearing, mostly because after the departure of French colonizers, the events, the new Arabic government decided to put in place Arabization of everything, so you couldn't even speak Kabylian in the streets because it was really trying to reinforce the Arabic language in the society because it was slowly being replaced by French language.
Oh yeah, but like be careful with that because I could use it against Algeria. Then like, oh, you mean Arabic people oppressing the Kabyle.
Oh,
We should
no.
invade you again to suit them.
My worst fear, every argument I used against me. No, that's true. Actually, there's a really funny, if I could say, story about that. So, I think most people don't know, but Algeria was colonized by Turkish people, the Turkish Empire, which was really big, and it was there is no good colonization, but it was kind of a peaceful one because people were marrying, Turkish people and Algerian people were marrying each other, and the French were buying tons of wheat from Algeria at the time, and so Algeria under the Turkish law, and they were not paying that well. They were not paying at all, actually. Some kind of French ambassador came and asked for more wheat, and the Dane Hussein, so the Dane of the Turkish, so the kind of the Algerian Turkish king, if I can say. Day is not a king, but well. And so he just hit him with his fan like a big queen. It must have been wonderful. And just tell him to go himself because they will not suffer this white guy just asking for more wheat, which was really funny.